Okay, thank you very much. I will start with some words about the context. Actually, it is a reminder of some rather obvious things which we should never forget. Structures. Those structures are to be designed, built, used, and maintained in such a way that they remain fit for the use for which they are planned from the first moment that they are opened until disuse. And they have the sustainable actions and influences, of course, likely to occur during execution and also during use. For this, we can adopt measures which may be of technical or organizational nature. And these measures may refer to all the stages of the whole process. So when we are talking about risk control by means of inspections and alarm systems, we normally refer to the phase of use of a structure. Now, different causes may lead to the non-compliance of any requirement. Possible deviations from the expected actions and influences such as geotechnical, environmental influences, dynamic effects, and on the other hand, possible deviations from expected resistances due to loss of load-bearing capacity after accidental actions or loss of resistance due to deterioration, etc. Now, the quantification of parameters related with any of these actions or influences may provide some evidence about the degree of compliance of our structures with the requirements. This is why we are talking about indicators as in other fields of our daily life. Now, when we are planning monitoring, we have to decide what we measure, how we measure, where we measure, and what we will do with the results. The quantification of parameters may refer to different things related with the geometry of the system, for example, material properties, actions and influences, and also the structural behavior, may be ductile or rigid. The choice of parameters will depend on the sensitivity of the structural reliability to their variation, and the most sensitive parameters depend, on the other hand, on many things: the structural system and its behavior, the intended use of the structure, the exposure conditions, the materials used, and also the data acquisition system which is available. So we try to define some indicators for road bridges related with different requirements, such as the appearance, comfort of users, and the safety issue. We then establish the rules for the calculation of threshold values by using normal structural analysis methods, and in parallel also the admissible average frequencies for outcrossing. These developments were originally intended for monitoring by using fiber optic sensors. The properties of such sensors are characterized by an excellent signal-to-noise ratio, and also there is no electromagnetic interference. This leads to the fact that the origin of the measurements will not be lost. Then there is a high precision, as well for static as for dynamic measurements. And they also have a long service life of up to 20 years according to some providers, or even more. This brings us a series of advantages. We can think about the continuous data acquisition, and therefore also a continuous comparison with the data measured with some threshold values, so that we can install some alarm system in case of outcrossing, which will be activated if there is some outcrossing, and the measures which must then be adopted will of course depend on the type of non-compliance. So this means that an automation is possible of our monitoring system. Here we have a summary of the requirements, indicators, and threshold values proposed. They are listed here with increasing consequences in case of non-compliance. they are material independent. Consequences may be reversible or non-reversible. Requirements may be related to deformations, vibrations, and safety aspects. And indicators may be deflections, strains, accelerations, and also the traffic loads. And here we have the threshold values, which normally we have to calculate, as I said, by using normal structural analysis methods, and finally the mean frequency of allowed outcrossing. Let's have a look now at this one here, at the threshold values associated with reliability aspects. To do so, we started with the following considerations. Normally, bridges are monitored during a limited period of time, so that the exposure to extreme events is less likely compared to what happens during the full remaining service period. So, the starting point is based on the following consideration. The marginal life safety cost principle essentially does not require to consider life safety risk, but higher failure rates than those associated with best firm practice would probably not be accepted. At least that is what social scientists say. So that the implementation of this principle by using, for example, the life quality index requires normally also the specification of some value for the acceptable life safety risk. So the condition is that the acceptable life safety risk per time unit should be the same as accepted for permanent structures. So that we have to infer first the life safety risk associated with best firm practice for permanent structures, and then to adapt the derived risk-based acceptance criteria to circumstances of limited period of time. To do so, we used as a basis of comparison the statistical fatality rate proposed by Baker, Ferguson, and Brunter 2 years ago, which is the ratio between the expected number of lost lives per time unit due to a given activity and the total number of life years per time unit exposed to the same activity. So that now we can formulate our condition here in terms of this statistical fatality rate. We have this rate for as admissible for permanent structure, which should be the same for the temporary use conditions, which allows us to deduce some target reliabilities depending on the temporary use, and finally some threshold values for example, action effects. Formally, they are represented in the same way as we are used to when we design new structures. Of course, the values will be different because of the different target reliabilities and the different reference periods. According to such relations, we then have to calculate for each structure our threshold values, here for example, which we then compare with the measured values with our monitoring system. If the measured values are below the threshold values, then we are fine. If not, we also have to look at the frequency of outcrossing before we take some decision. Now, we should not forget that the numerical threshold values will depend on the moment when we install our monitoring system. When we do it on an existing structure, for example, of course, the effects due to permanent loads will not be measured, and also we will not have to take them into account when we calculate our threshold values. Let's see now an example. The example refers to a bridge with some inbuilt problems. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to tell you what the problems were. It is a composite bridge with a composite deck, continuous over 5 spans, with a total length of 316 meters, with a 100 meter main span and a 40 and 68 meter approach spans. It's symmetrical, although the structure continuous here, but with another system. The steel box had 3 cells here. The concrete slab is 0.22 meters deep, and we also have some pre-stressing in the longitudinal sense over the piers, and the cantilevers finally rest on some composite ribs. Now, fiber optic sensors were installed in 3 cross sections, so that the indicator in this case are the strains. We had fiber optic sensors over pier 1 on top of the bottom flank. land, where we have compression, of course. The higher the compression is negative, so the higher compression, the more negative will be the value. We have here the threshold values for the different requirements, the aspect of the bridge, the comfort of users, and the safety aspects. And here in yellow we have the measured values, and we are the bridge is behaving quite well. Actually, our idea was to let the system there during years, but after 2 months somebody decided that due to budget cuts it was better to take away the system and reuse it in another bridge, unfortunately. Some final remarks. The first two of them I do not need to stress in this audience, of course. Further calibration is needed for different indicators, taking into account parameters such as the consequences of non-compliance, time dependency, and also the resolution of the data acquisition system use. This is what I wanted to tell you. Thank you very much for